In the mid-80s, the 8-bit gaming world was dominated by Nintendo. Japanese company Sega made a bold move to challenge their dominance with the Master System. It may not have won the war, but that doesn't take anything away from how great it was. Growing up in Australia, I was lucky. This was one of the countries where the Master System actually had a strong run. Between friends, you either had a Nintendo or a Master System, and we were constantly swapping consoles, then racing down to the video store to rent the new games. Master System is still one of my favourite consoles to play, and in this video I'll be counting down my personal favourite 10 games. These aren't necessarily the best games, they're just the ones I loved as a kid and the ones I still play today.
And the Sega System challenge will always be there.
Two of my all-time favourite franchises collide in Robocop Vs Terminator. You step into the metal boots of Robocop, blasting your way through relentless levels and mowing down anything that moves. This game pushes the Master System to its limit with some of the best graphics on the system with nice backgrounds and detailed characters. Robocop actually looks like Robocop, and the blood splatter when you shoot the non-robot enemies never gets old. The controls are tight and responsive, letting Robocop fire in multiple directions, even on ladders and zip lines, making sure no bad guy is safe. I was born a few years too late to experience this in the arcade, so this version was my first time playing Rampage. Comparing the two versions now, there doesn't appear to be too much different between them. Choose between George, who's similar to King Kong, Lizzie the Godzilla-like lizard, and Rolf the gigantic werewolf. The gameplay might feel a little dated by today's standards, but visually it still holds up with huge characters and bright colourful backgrounds. With either one or two players, it's chaotic fun, smashing buildings, wrecking tanks and spotting helicopters out of the sky. Sometimes you just need to let out a little aggression, and Rampage is perfect for that. Predator 2, now this is a game that really doesn't get talked about enough. I remember playing this at a friend's house, then going home and asking my mum to get it for my birthday, which was coming up. It was a tough game then, and I still find it pretty tough now. I'm the first to admit I have to use the Unlimited Lives password just to get through this one. It's a brutal fast action game where you play as Harrigan, blasting through drug dealers and rescuing hostages on the gritty streets of LA. This is all while trying to stay one step ahead of the Predator's deadly targeting system. There's plenty of weapon upgrades along the way to help you clean up the streets. With its dark, gritty atmosphere, this game feels right at home with the tone of the movie that it's based on. Most of the early Simpsons games were pretty crappy, but Krusty's Funhouse is one that's actually pretty good. The graphics and sound effects are pretty impressive with very little drop-off compared to the Mega Drive and the Super Nintendo version. This is a clever puzzle game where Krusty must strategically set up items and deal with enemies, all while leading rats to their inevitable doom. Each level has a number of rooms which can be tackled in any order, but it's best to work from left to right as each room gets more difficult to trap all the rats. It's a simple idea with great execution and is still a lot of fun to play today. Wonder Boy was one of the very first games I played on the Master System, and it's still one of my favourites today. It's a classic platformer where you play as Tom Tom, travelling through forests, islands and castles, armed with nothing but a tomahawk and a skateboard, on a mission to rescue your girlfriend and defeat the king. You'll need to constantly collect fruit to keep up your vitality, because your life literally depends on it. Don't forget to collect all the dolls, otherwise you won't be able to unlock World 10 and see the real ending. I prefer this over Nintendo's Adventure Island version, and even today it's still one of the first games I fire up whenever I plug in the Master System. As a huge Batman fan and someone who loves the Super Nintendo version, this was a no-brainer to include. While it's obviously not as powerful as the Super Nintendo release, the Master System version still looks and plays great. Batman tears through Gotham using his grappling hook and batarangs, fighting his way towards Catwoman and the Penguin. Along the way, Batman can upgrade his batarang distance and movement speed. Extra lives are also hidden throughout each level. You'll need these because one hit means instant death. One thing I really like is that each level offers two different paths, adding some extra replay value. Aside from the tough final fight with the Penguin, the game strikes a perfect balance of challenge and fun, making it a really enjoyable Batman adventure. If you owned a Master System, you probably had this game because Alex Kidd was inbuilt into your console, and if it wasn't, you probably just went and bought it anyway. Sega's attempt to rival Mario was a strong one, with colourful visuals and clever level design. Alex Kidd would even go on to have his own franchise. You punch your way across strange and varied lanes, collecting money bags to spend on weapons, bikes and helicopters at shops along the way, leading to a final confrontation with Jenkin. The boss fights are where Alex Kidd really stands out from other games, from tense rock paper scissors showdowns to punching an oncoming ox in the face. There's even a battle with a sword wielding bear. And with the 2021 remastered version polishing off the visuals and gameplay even further, Alex Kidd remains a classic that still holds up today. Sonic was Sega's hottest property of the early 90s, and the Master System version deserves more recognition than it gets. This was released after the Mega Drive version, so obviously it's been simplified, but it's still one of the best games on the Master System. Blasting through colourful stages at high speed, Sonic must collect coins and hidden emeralds as well as rescuing baby animals from Dr. Robotnik. Sonic's adventure takes you through grassy hills, jungles and an underwater labyrinth, then finally onto Dr. Robotnik's skybase. This game absolutely pushes the Master System to its limits with its fast gameplay and lightning quick pinball stages. Not sure why, but when people talk about the Sonic games, this one's usually overlooked. This could have easily taken my number one spot. Streets of Rage is still one of my all-time favourite beat-em-ups. Maybe it's nostalgia, but I'd pick this over Double Dragon or Final Fight any day of the week. You choose between Axel, Blaze or Adam, each with their own fighting style, as you punch and kick your way through the evil syndicate led by the infamous Mr. X. Each character has unique strengths and weaknesses, letting you play the game the way you want to play. Enemies are varied and well designed, each with different attack patterns. And then come the bosses as they crank things up even further with unique weapons and tactics that you have to learn to overcome. Weapons can be grabbed from defeated enemies, and nothing beats calling in the SWAT team, wiping the screen clean in seconds. Every level feels different too, taking you from the city streets to factories and ending in Mr. X's headquarters, making this an absolute classic on the Master System. My favourite game on the Master System has got to be Wonder Boy 3. This open world adventure continues right where Monster Land left off. After defeating the final boss again, you're transformed into the Lizard Man, setting off on a quest to regain your human form. Throughout the journey you can transform into 6 different forms, each with unique powers that help you explore different lands, uncover hidden secrets and solve puzzles. This is all while collecting the money dropped by enemies so you can upgrade your weapons and armour, preparing you for tougher battles ahead. Everything about this game is awesome. The music, the character designs and the beautiful looking backgrounds. As the game progresses, the graphics just keep getting better. You'll see desert terrain, mysterious islands and underwater caverns, and the final castle is your biggest test, having to use all 6 transformations to work your way through. Wonder Boy 3 is an adventurer's dream, secret rooms, hidden passageways and a variety of quirky monsters to battle. If there's anyone left out there that hasn't played this, do yourself a favour and play it, you won't regret it. So that was my favourite games on the Master System. Everyone's favourite game will be different, so let me know what yours is. Thanks for watching.